Hello everyone, this is teacher Zhao Haikuo from Fountain Education. Today we are going to learn something about solution of traveling question. Okay, this is also a question from Chinese Math Olympiad. Now let's see the question. Okay, it says Jia and Yi start face-to-face from place A and B at the same time. They first meet at place C, one being start from C to A. When Jia arrived at B, being arrived at A, they both turn around immediately and continue. Being keep his speed while Jia's speed rises by 2/3. When E and B meet at place D, Jia returns to C in the meantime. Given that CD is 2020 meters away, what is the distance between A and B? Okay, now you must be confused again at the first type of the question. Why? Because it has so many conditions but so little numbers. Because we have only got two numbers. The first is 2/3 and the second is 2020. But they are not useful to us at this time. Okay, right? But don't worry, since it is a traveling question, let's try to draw a figure. Okay, this is A and B. And what about the first movement? The first movement is Jia and E start face to face and meet at place C. Okay. So now is the first movement. Okay, we mark Jia as yellow and we mark E as green. Okay, this is the first movement. What about the second? When Jia arrived at B, Bing arrived at A. Okay, Bing start at this time. So this is the second movement. Okay, this is the second. Now what about the third? Okay, remember that when Jia and Bing travels, E is also moving. But where is he? We don't know. Okay, we just mark it here. And we continue. When E and Bing meet at place D, Jia returns to C in the meantime. So this is the third movement. Okay, but we still don't know how to do it because the figure is the figure and the numbers are the numbers. We don't know. But don't worry, since it is traveling question. Do we have any formulas to solve it? Yes, certainly we have a formula. The formula is S is equal to VT. Okay, now tell me, what does S mean? Yes, S is equal to distance. And what does V mean? Yes, V is speed. And what does T mean? Yes, T is time. So we have known that. So if the S is constant, what's the relationship between V and T? Yes, they are in what? Yes, they are in inverse proportion. So if V is constant, what's the relationship between S and T? Yes, they are in direct proportion. And if T is constant, what's the relationship between S and V? Yes, they are in direct proportion too. Okay, now let's see the figure. We have got this formula, but we still don't know. We don't know what. Are there any S? Are there any V? Are there any T? They are constant. Yes, we have got that. Since Jia and E start at the same time and meet at D, so the time must be constant. So we can get the formula because S and V are in direct proportion. So we get the first formula. The first formula is V Jia to V E is equal to AC to BC, right? Okay, now let's go on. What about the second movement? About second movement, Jia start from C to B. Bing start from C to A. So now we have got that S is equal to VT and the time is constant too. Yes. So we get the second formula. Vjia to Vb is equal to BC to AC. Okay, don't forget that we have got the first formula. So can we do something to include the three speeds into one formula? Yes, we can. Look at this. We have got Vjia to Ve to Vb is equal to AC times BC to the square of BC to the square of AC, right? Yes. Okay, now let's go on. What about the third movement? Jia start from B to C and Bing start from A to what? Yes, this is point D. So now we can get this. S is VT and time is constant. So we have got this one. Hey, where's this? Hey, look at this. This is the line is thicker than the former one, which means Jia, his speed rises by what? Do you remember? Yes, by 2/3. Okay, now this is 5/3 times Vjia to Vbing is equal to BC to AD. Okay, now let's go on. Do we still remember this? Yes, Vjia to Vbing is equal to BC to AC. Now tell me, what's the relationship between AC and AD? Yes, we can get that. AC is equal to 5/3 times AD. Now suppose AD is 5 parts. So AD is 3 parts and CD is 2 parts, right? Okay, now let's go on. There are 3 movements, but don't worry, we can divide them into 4 movements, right? What about the 4th movement? It's E and B. Now look at this. E travels from C to D, and B travels from C to A, then he turns back to D and meets with E. Now tell me, what's the relationship between VE and VB? Yes, we can get that. VE to VB, the time is constant, right? Yes, and we can get that. VE to VB is equal to CD to CA and AD. CA and AD, and this is CD. Now tell me, what's the relationship? We can get that. AC is 5 parts, AD is 3 parts, while CD is 2 parts. So we can get that VE to VB is, this is 2, CA, this is 5, and this is 3. So there are 1, 2, 4. Okay, we have got this. We have got this. Now let's go on. VE to VB is 1 to 4. And do we still remember that? VE to VB is equal to what? Is equal to the square of BC to the square of AC. So now we have got this formula. VE to VB is this. And continue. The square of BC to the square of AC is equal to 1 to 4. Now tell me, what's the relationship between BC and AC? Yes. BC to AC is 1 to 2. Okay, let's go on. We have known that AB is equal to AC to BC. And what's AC? Yes, AC is 5 parts. So BC is 2.5 parts. So AB is 7.5 parts. Now tell me, what's 1 part? Yes, CD is 2 parts. And you should still remember that. What's the distance of CD? Yes, the distance of CD is 2020 parts. So, and meter, okay. So what is 1 part? Yes, 1 part is 1010 meter. So now, what's AB? Yes, we can get the final result. The final result is that, okay, 7,575 meters. Okay, now we have done this question. But some of you may ask that, do we have any other solution? Yes, certainly we have. Okay, look at this figure again. This is also the figure. So, and this is also the formula. Now, you may ask, why is still this formula? We have used it, but do we know, but do you know it has another use? No, you don't. So let's look at this. We have used that if time is constant, S and V are in direct proportion. But now, if S is constant, what's the relationship between V and T? Yes, they are in inverse proportion. Okay, now look at this. This one, this one, this one, and this one. Now tell me, what's the relationship between these 2 distances? Yes, they are equal. They are equal, okay? And they're also, both also from Jia, right? Yes. So what's the relationship between the 2 distances? They are equal. What's the relationship between the speed? Yes. Suppose this is V. And what's this? Yes, this is 5 over 3 V. So what's the relation between the time? Suppose this is T. And this is, yes, this S is constant. So this is 3/5 T. Okay, now suppose in T, this is movement 1. And in this one, this is movement 2. Okay. When Jia travels in movement 1, where is E? Yes, E is here. And where's Bing? Yes, Bing is here. Okay, now when Jia is in movement 2, where is E? Yes, E is here. Now where's Bing? Okay, sorry, this is 1. So, where's Bing? Yes, Bing is here. Okay, now tell me, what's the proportion of 1 and 2? Did we miss some conditions? Yes, yes. The time is here. What's the speed? Did the speed of Bing and E change? No. So tell me, what's the relationship between the distance? Yes, this is 5 and this is 3. This is 5 and this is 3. Okay, now we have known that. Suppose the distance of E, 3 plus 5 is 8 parts. Then this is 8 parts, right? Okay, this is 8 parts. So this is 2, this is 2, this is 3, and this is, okay, this is 12 parts. And this is 12 parts. So 12 plus 8 plus 12. So S being is equal to 12 plus 8 plus 12 is 32 parts. So what's the relationship between the distance of V and beam? Yes. SE, okay, sorry. SE to S beam is what? 8 to 32, yes, it's 1.4. And the time is constant, right? So the relationship of VE to V being is 1 to 4, 2. And we have known that from the very former page. We have known that VE to V being is equal to the square of BC to the square of AC. Now tell me, what's the relationship between BC and AC? Yes, we have solved this question again. Okay, now since we have used the 2 ways to solve this question, let's make a small conclusion. The conclusion is that we all know that, yes, do we know? Yes, do you know? S is equal to Vt. If one of the 3 values is constant, we will be able to find the relationship between the other 2, right? Suppose V or T is constant, then S is in direct proportion with the other one, right? Yes, and if S is constant, then V and T are in inverse proportion. So suppose this is law 1, this is law 2. We have used both of the laws to solve this question. Okay, now class is over. If you like us, please subscribe us and like us more. Okay, thank you.